This week on the SEGA Lounge, we're saying goodbye to the year of 2025 and to the current season of the show as well. What dominated the conversation in the Segaverse? Which games did we particularly enjoy playing? What to expect from Sega in 2026? All of that and more on the season finale of the SEGA Lounge. Hello everyone and welcome to the SEGA Lounge. This is episode 288, the season finale. Wow. The year went by so fast. I'm Casey, I'm your host. This is the podcast that's all about Sega, the games, the music, the community, everything in between. And this week, we're looking back at the year in Sega, in the Segaverse, I guess. How was 2025? It was amazing because I had 3 people with me the whole year long. Yes. And so we're all
Happy
here.
end of season.
Yes, the crew is
Casey.
all here to talk about 2025. So quickly from my left to my right, SkillJim from Japan.
Hello, from Japan.
From Japan. Lime Reversed from Sweden. Hello. He's saying hello, listeners.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
I waved to the camera. I forgot that for some this
audio
is a radio
description.
show.
Audio description is important.
This is an audio.
Yeah,
show,
also, yeah. And Green Viper 8 from the UK.
Hello, I'm going to say hello while I wave, because this is a radio show partially, remember?
I am waving my hand left to right. Okay. yes.
I
Audio
am
description.
roasted.
So
What's
guys,
new?
thank you for joining me for one last time this season. We're all here to look back at 2025 in the world of Sega, maybe even our lives a little bit, I guess, and what happened. And we're gonna do this in a hopefully brief manner, which is not really our style, but we're gonna try after last week's lengthy episode. But now we're gonna try to look at the year of Sega in 2 different ways. First of all, we're going to look at some of the news that we covered during our monthly news episodes here on the Sega Lounge. Then we'll look at games released this year and talk about our favorites, maybe the ones that we think were most relevant. And then briefly at the end, we'll look ahead as we usually do and say what we expect from Sega in 2026 and maybe beyond, because there's a lot of stuff we don't really know. They have announced, but we don't know if it's coming in 2026 or later. So that's how it's going to go. Hope you guys are ready to go and excited to look back.
Raring, Casey.
Yeah.
Look back
Yeah.
at
And then look
2025.
forward, 'cause
What
we
a year.
expect
Look
stuff.
and forward.
Sega, do you hear that? We expect stuff.
We expect stuff. Okay, so let's start with a brief mention in terms of news. So this is a selection of news that we covered on the show throughout the year. As we were saying before we started recording, wasn't really the most exciting year in terms of news per se, but I picked a few we can talk about. So first of all, congratulations, happy anniversaries all around to Sega Bits, Shenmue Dojo, there we go, and the Dreamcast Junkyard. So they all celebrated big milestone anniversaries. Sega Bits turned 15, I think, this February. Shenmue Dojo turned 25 this December, I believe. November, okay.
Yeah.
And December was the Dreamcast Junkyard. They turned 20. So amazing. Well
Amazing.
done. Great milestones.
5 years.
Okay.
Be quiet.
Sorry.
Not about
Sorry,
you.
I caught
Okay.
something.
Okay.
That's too mean. I apologize, Lime.
Lime Reversed. Lime Reversed Switch channel celebrated 5 years as well. You're right. It is a milestone. So yes.
The biggest one.
The biggest one. And then next year, Radio Sega turns 20 as well.
Ooh.
Ooh. I just realized this as I was typing.
Live
Yes,
shows
earlier.
turned 15, but I didn't think it was big enough to mention in the document.
Well, sorry, what? Say again.
Live shows turned 15, I just didn't think it was big enough to mention in the document.
I don't want to mention that because
Dilute it.
people tend to get confused by
Always.
the different things Radio Sega celebrates. So Radio Sega as a whole started in 2006. So next year, 20th anniversary. Yeah. Look forward to that.
Celebrations all around.
Yes, indeed. Also, this was the year of the Sega account. Yeah, the Sega account was something that we got and have been, I guess, using to register our games and get some mildly exciting freebies, like the Game Gear companion for Sonic Rumble, for example, and some in-game items. You can go to the Sega account website to register if you haven't yet. And every time you get a new Sega game, there's usually something that you can get as a reward for having a Sega account. Not much to say about that. In other news, Yu Suzuki's latest game, Still Pause, was released earlier this year and apparently also delisted. Viper was saying before, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think that's what I heard anyway.
Yeah, it has been delisted.
Yeah, and so probably in preparation of a different type of release, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Just
When
in true
I-
Netflix
like a-
fashion.
Is the video
Yeah,
down too?
that's true.
I tried to click the link, but
Oh, really?
it doesn't play.
Which one?
Me too.
The
The video link.
for the
Yeah,
YouTube
they
video.
delisted it.
Oh, probably. I just the document we have here as our outline is all the links that we shared throughout the months in our monthly episodes. So I didn't check all of
so
them.
they've
Right?
deleted all traces
Yeah.
of it off the official accounts.
That's crazy.
But
really.
it's
Always
still
positive.
you can still find the YSNet website
Original trailer.
referencing Still
website.
Pause.
Okay.
If you go to the website,
Yeah.
you can see. Like
This
all
is
of
where we
this.
uncover an announcement that no one's noticed. It's like coming to consoles 2026
Okay,
from in games, maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
maybe.
Positive
Maybe.
But no.
outcome from this, please.
But no.
Not at the moment.
Yeah,
You'd think so, though. You'd hope so. That
probably.
they've been working on a game and then it dies the same year that it releases.
Does it make sense? It's not like
Doesn't make
a
sense,
free to
no.
play game or anything, so does it make sense? Yeah. In other news, Sega Shop Europe closed.
Yeah, right.
Rest in peace,
No
Sega Shop
fanfare.
Europe. The Sega Shop is dead. Long live the new Sega Shop. So Sega announced earlier in the year, I think our first episode of the season, we announced that the Sega Shop, the European Sega Shop, was closing. They put up a message saying, "Too bad, boo-hoo. Go cry to your mommy." And then like
It didn't say that.
It did. And I quote, "Boo-hoo, too bad, go cry to your mommy," end quote. And then a couple of months later, they opened the new Sega Shop, which is now worldwide and much more expensive and less interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although as we speak, I believe there's still a 70% off site-wide. Yes,
no.
there is discount.
It
Yeah.
says 70% off, though, but nothing is 70% off that.
up
is
to,
up
And
up
everything's out of
to,
stock.
up to. So
Okay.
if you're lucky
Everything's
enough
out
to
of stock.
find
Technically not a
something,
lie.
yeah, yeah,
Click on the sale. Like nothing is in stock.
you're too slow. Yeah, but that's the new Sega Shop. That's online and worldwide for the first time. I guess.
Wasn't it on the
There's a-
Europe one that they sold those ropes that I bought my skills rope? from?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. It
Yeah.
I
was.
tried to
Yep.
look for those on the new one, but I couldn't find them. So don't they sell them?
They don't
anymore?
have a lot. They've been adding mostly Sonic stuff, but they don't have a lot.
That's
Yeah.
a
Why is
huge
everything out of
shame.
stock?
There we go. They don't have a lot, and what they have is sold out. Okay, one of the biggest things that happened this year, I guess, that caused a stir across the community, at least, was the BAFTA Awards Association, whatever. I mean, not the BAFTAs, but like the people who were able to vote on the website, decided that Shenmue is the most influential game of all time. Alongside very old classic Baldur's Gate 3. Which got second or third or whatever. Let's not talk about that. But yes, but that's something that one of the things that happened this year that made a big buzz in the not just the Sega but the whole video game community involving Shenmue. So that's always good. It's always good. Also related to Shenmue, we have someone who made the news here next to us. Original Shenmue development artwork was discovered and made publicly available. And that's part of it was due to James's efforts and Shenmue Dojo and other community members who did that. Yeah. And preservation. There we go. Which we also talked about earlier this year, but it turned out to be a scam. Or at least we were misled somehow. In terms of new stuff coming soon that we heard this year, Echo 1 and 2, the Mega Drive titles, are being remastered. And a new game is also coming. And this came completely out of left field. The way they announced this was completely weird. It was like an Xbox news post to celebrate Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and they interviewed Eden and Ziada about this. Okay. The most exciting thing you can find right now about this, as of this moment, is if you go to echothedolphin.com, you have
bubbles, the
official website, and because it wouldn't work here, I muted the sound, but you can listen to songs from the Echo the Dolphin remasters. I'm saying remasters because I think I've heard remixes of Echo 2 songs. I'm not really sure, but I think so. They play a few songs, remixed versions of them, okay, or arranged versions of them. There's also a little, whoops, let me mute that. There's
like an
also
old screensaver.
Yeah, there's also a menu now that you can use, but it doesn't lead anywhere. About game merchant audio, they've added this, so you're getting a glimpse of what's to come. But I'll probably zoom in so people can see this a little bit better. But yeah, about game merch audio, and we don't really know what to expect from this. But they said these remastered games are apparently coming next year. So
that's when the countdown.
Say at the bottom there, and say like
2,000. They didn't say, but the countdown ends next year. I think that's it. Viper, you're correct.
On Earth Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So we're either getting the game or more news about the game.
An announcement of an announcement?
An announcement of an announcement. Would you imagine that? Yeah. So that's Echo 1 and 2 and a new Echo game apparently coming soon. Yeah. This was also the year. So after the year of Shadow the Hedgehog last year, this was the year of Sonic the Hedgehog racing around the world. Actually, no. We before that we had Fast Friends Forever, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
The campaign, was it that?
That sounds about right.
And the Shadow one also had a different campaign, didn't it? The one with like the kid and the bike.
I think that was Fearless Hero Shadow.
Oh, Fearless. Yeah. Yes, Fearless. Yeah. Yes, that's it. So Fast Friends Forever, Fearless, and this year it's Racing Around the World. That's
okay.
It. So
there we go.
Theme that they're covering with the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and like campaigns and merch and whatever. So it was Racing Around the World, and they even teamed up with McLaren, and like they recreated the Formula One trophy that Senna won in '94. So they did a lot of cool stuff.
All sorts. I just saw, as we're recording this, they did something with like Lamborghinis as well. Yeah. like that. It's very motor racing and car focused, which
Mhm.
kind of surprises me. But they started playing around with that last year because they had that shadow motorcycle that went round, didn't they? So I
And
guess in
they,
response to that, they went, "Ooh, let's do a motor racing thing."
I think it was also to promote Crossworlds because they
Yeah,
announced
Crossbones
Crossworlds during the
during
Game
it, didn't they?
Awards. So I
Hmm.
think that's it.
Then
Ooh, nice car.
This is the
Knowledge.
Lamborghini
Ooh, yeah, that's the one.
that you were
I'm
mentioning.
sure that's affordable for everyone's collection,
Sure.
right?
Yeah,
Sure,
of
sure,
course.
sure, sure. Yeah. All the rings. It even got foosball included or not. I don't know.
I mean, I must
Which I
have
don't-
collected millions of rings in games by now, so I think I could definitely afford it.
Sure. That's probably how it
I recall
works.
seeing it in Crossworlds is the weird thing. I've seen it in like Sonic Rumble, and I assume it was what they tied into that Rocket League collab they did earlier this year. But I've not actually in Crossworlds seen anything about this campaign.
Okay.
Weirdly, despite the fact it seems to be trying to market it. So quite weird.
That's
Side note, I guess.
Isn't there like a sticker or a decal or something?
Is there a sticker? Maybe there is. I just couldn't remember there being one. But you might be right.
I don't have enough points or tickets to buy anything yet. So
Still grinding.
I need to go back to it, to be honest. Yeah. I fell out of it a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So that's racing around the world. Another bit of news we covered back in like July or something was the Shuji Utsumi's interview. So Sega president Shuji Utsumi, maybe James. Yes, I don't know.
Sounds
Nice.
right.
You're
Okay,
the expert now.
you're the expert. So
Right,
he talked to the game business website, the game business show, and they talked about what he expects from his current tenure at Sega, and he says reviving Sega will be the greatest achievement in my career.
Hmm.
I mean, okay.
No pressure or anything.
No pressure on yourself. No, it's okay. He says because he was at Sega before, but then he went away and he came back, and he says now I've rejoined Sega and I'm working on reviving Sega. I want to say that this is going to be my greatest achievement. I guess
Is he a
they
big
asked
Shenmue
him.
fan?
I guess they asked him about like his career achievements, and he said, "No, this is the one. I'm gonna be remembered by this." So
Okay.
if he fails miserably, that's probably gonna be true. Yeah, he talked about like games as a service, which is something that they're looking into a lot more now that they acquired Rovio. Talked
Yippee.
about balancing the new with the old. Like they're not a retro company. It's even though like old school fans probably think about them that way, but they want to balance the old with the new. So that's the gist of this, I guess. This interview. Okay.
It's a weird one.
Yeah,
In regards to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, any reference to reviving Sega is normally they don't make enough of old franchise. Like, well, then how are you not going to be seen as a retro company if your big marketing plan is to just bring back old franchises? But
Yeah.
we'll see. We still got time for this to play out. We'll see what happens.
The comments are like, so is Sega hinting at releasing a console or considering that? Because he also thinks,
Yeah.
he also mentions believing in consoles. Like he's a console fan and thinks Sega should focus on releasing games for consoles still, right? Supporting the Switch 2, which they did this year, part of the news as well, although it's not on the list, but yeah. Sega was probably the biggest, in terms of quantity, the biggest third-party supporter of the Switch at launch. 2 games? 3, I want to say?
Trying to
Yakuza
think,
0, Puyo, Maybe
yeah,
that's it.
3,
Maybe that's
technically
it.
4 with the NSO app.
Okay.
Yakuza, Shadow, Sonic Gens, Puyo,
Oh,
and
Shadow.
F-Zero GX. Yeah, probably was the biggest third-party supporter.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Did that.
Not the most successful, because I
No.
think that was like Cyberpunk 2077. I think was the
Yeah.
best selling third party game. But still, they were there day one with several games. Yeah. Okay. Onwards. Shenmue 3 Enhanced. Shenmue 3 Enhanced was announced. So again, I talked about this year. There were a lot of like little things that happened that made the Shenmue community go wild a little bit and like maybe breathed new life into the future of Shenmue and made other people aware of Shenmue. This was one of them. In Games, who acquired the Shenmue 3 license and rights earlier, I guess last year, if I'm not mistaken, right, Jim?
I think it's towards the end of last
Towards
year.
the
Yeah.
end, sir. Yeah.
The tail end. Yeah.
I think so. So now they unveiled, I think at Gamescom 2025, they unveiled Shenmue 3 Enhanced, which will be like the definitive version of Shenmue 3, bringing a lot of improvements. You, Jim, and Matt interviewed and talked about all the things that we were hoping to get. Other things will still be announced, so we're not really sure of what else is coming. So
yeah, it's difficult to know at the moment because they've not really said much since that interview. But the original plan was winter, which I guess goes into like February. So there's still a couple of months of potential news to come, I guess, on this. But mainly just a visual upgrade, enhanced, some like key features like
quality
classic
of
camera
life.
mode,
Yeah.
quality of life stuff, yeah. Which should be good. Should breathe a bit of life back into Shenmue 3, and hopefully that can lead on past fake trailers and into an actual Shenmue 4.
yeah, that's it. Okay. Also, remember the Olympic Games? Not the Olympic Games themselves, but the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games. So Sega teamed up again with the International Olympic Committee on a new Olympics Cross Sonic multi-year collab this year.
Right.
So that means, and the focus of the news of the announcement wasn't really video games per se, but it was like they even showed, had like a kind of a logo for it. I'll try to show it here, share it. Olympic Dream. So with Sonic characters. Something about the Olympic spirit and the Olympic values and how Sonic can help them convey that. No real mention of games. But, yeah.
I was going to say, I bet they were annoyed that one of the rings isn't pink. It's the only character that isn't color themed.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think we talked about that when we discussed this on the show.
Right.
Yeah, AB looks a little bit weird because she's green here.
Didn't we conclude that it kind of still makes sense though?
Because of the dress, the skirt from like her original design.
That rings a bell.
I think so. I think we talked about that. Rings, a bell. Yeah, they talk about merch. So they aim to engage and connect fans through official merchandise.
I think that's exclusively what it is from when I read into it, because this was before I was subbing in on this show, so I didn't get to talk about it. I think it's exclusively a merchandising thing from what I read of the IOC's press release. There's currently seemingly no plans for it to be a video game thing. It's just a, hey, we can slap this on t-shirts kind of thing.
Can be. We'll see.
So,
there's
still time for that to change. But
yeah,
that's
they don't say
now.
They don't outright say there's no video games coming, but they
also don't outright say anything is coming. So
they do talk about merchandise and apparel and gear and stuff. So That we know is coming. We'll see. Okay. Coming closer to the end of the year. We discussed this last month, like late November, the news episode. SEGA got a lot of nominations for the Game Awards, which was amazing. The thumbnail, I even put like Jeff Keighley with the SEGA hat on, SEGA cap on, because what's happening this year? So, like I wrote here in the outline, SEGA gets nominated heavily for the Game Awards, proceeds to lose on all fronts. Not a single award, which is sad because Expedition 33 won it all.
Technically, you could play the argument that Sega won plenty of awards
That's
because of Expedition
true.
33.
That's true. They published the game in Japan. Yes, that's true. Actually, the Japanese Sega account celebrated all the wins. So on Instagram and stuff. Yes,
I'm gonna make it my goal now to go buy that game with the Sega logo on. Right, it's gonna be there on the box.
Yeah,
that's my mission. Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we can talk a little bit about this. I'm gonna let you choose other things if you want to mention them later. But maybe because this is so fresh, any comments on the Game Awards? By the way, the awards themselves.
I can't remember any non-Expedition awards. To be completely honest with you.
I mean most of the Sega ones, the ones that, because the only one that I think was like blatantly wrong was Mario Kart winning best like racing / sports game over everything else, not just over Sonic Racing Crossworlds, but that one was really.
Is it biased?
I think they said before, like, how the voting's distributed, and I think a lot of it comes from the industry, so I guess enough goodwill in the industry to kind of make that one happen.
I don't know. I kind of doubt that.
Nintendo aren't exactly beloved right now, but...
Maybe Mario Kart is still just a lot more well-known than than Sonic Racing is.
Yeah, that's for sure, but I don't know. I don't think the industry prefers Mario Kart World 2 Racing Crossworlds.
I just mean, like, on a general level, like, brand recognition, everyone knows. But, like, internally within these companies, it'd be like, oh, Mario Kart World's a good game. This inspired whatever... Or Nintendo stuff inspires what we work on all the time. So I've played it. I'm a bit more, like, almost inclined to vote for it, I guess, over a Sonic game. From that internal perspective. I don't know. I can't quite justify it many ways to myself.
No, but that's a good point, because I was thinking not industry in the way of game developers, but journalists.
Oh, right.
And so, so I wasn't accounting for developers, because I think, journalists, I think, praised Crossworlds over
I think there was a lot of praise for World when it came out still.
I'm actually surprised that the Metascore, the journalist critic Metascore for Mario Kart World is currently 86. And for Crossworlds, it's currently 82. Which kind of baffles me, but it's okay. It is what it is. But wait, this is on PS5. It's 88 on Xbox, 85 on PC. 76 on Switch. And no Switch 2 reviews.
Is there a total score for all consoles combined?
Those four he just read out, take them and create the average score.
I'm not going to do that in my head.
I don't know. What's the average score? How do you see the average
What was the highest and what was the lowest?
I can do that, yes, but 88, 85.
It was like 88 to 82 or something.
88 to 82, so yeah, probably around. I'm guessing a little bit higher.
86.
I'm guessing a little bit higher, yeah. Because it's like just
90.
Put on the PS5 one front and center, but it's the lowest one. That said,
I think it's still a huge win, though. Like it being that close to well-known, all-around liked franchise like Mario Kart, like that Sonic Racing got that close. It's still, I feel, an amazing achievement.
Okay.
What did Garfield get?
We did talk about Garfield last year, didn't we?
But
Was it
nobody
Game Awards
agrees
as
with
well?
that. There was like a lot of silence. I was like, "Hey, it's like this," and everybody's like,
I was hoping for someone to say yes, I agree, because I'm a bit more cynical when it comes to the Game Awards and stuff, and like awards in general.
I'm hugely cynical to the Game Awards. I just put on a face for the last episode to make it more interesting.
I was more talking about the scores, though, like not the Game Awards.
Yeah,
like the
even scores. But yeah, it's all a bit of politics behind the scenes. But
yeah, I mean, of course it is. Yeah.
But I do agree that it's good that the fact that millions of people are watching a show, and even if they're just nominated, they don't win anything, but they mentioned Sonic Racing Crossroads, 2 Point Museum, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, things like that.
Shenmue
matters.
And the Muppet song. That was amazing.
It matters. So.
Oh, right. Was that a dig at me? Sorry, I didn't really pay attention.
No. It was an actual, because they had the Muppets on there, like Miss Piggy and
yeah,
piano or whatever.
Yeah, because last recording, I said Shinobi when I meant Shenmue. Or the other way around.
No.
And so I was thinking that,
you left that in, right, Casey?
Yes, for the full version, yes.
Screw you, Casey.
Yeah. So the Game Awards came and went. No big SEGA announcement unless you count Total War Warhammer 40,000. Or we can talk about that.
Which is a pretty big announcement, but none of us have
SEGA counted
any.
it.
It is a big announcement. It is a big announcement in that world, in that community. I'm guessing
I know a load of people who went nuts for that, who wouldn't go nuts for a Sonic game. So, like, it's clearly got a huge audience.
Do you know who probably went nuts for that? Former Superman actor Henry Cavill. Who is a fairly well-known Warhammer 40,000 fan. So, and I think Total War fan as well. I think he mentioned Total War in interviews as well. So probably losing his mind. Good for you, man. Good for you.
This one's for you.
This one's for you. Couple more bits that were added here. A judgment for Live and Learn, says Live.
Yeah.
Judgment for Live and Learn.
But not justice.
No justice. So maybe this is one of those that you can cover. So basically what happened was last year we talked about Johnny Giuelli suing Sega for using Live and Learn without his consent. He claimed he had part of the ownership of the song and realized like 20-something years later that Sega had been using the song everywhere without telling him. And so he was hoping to get some sort of compensation. But this year, nope, he was denied of that, right? So Lime, you were the one that wanted to mention this. Why is this important?
Yeah, there were several things to it. Like he wanted something like called declaratory relief. That basically he wanted a court to declare that yes, this is your song and not Sega's. And then like based like other parts of it was the economic part, economy part, like suing them for breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and stuff like that. And because Johnny got a chance to go further with this, because they wanted an amendment of the whole suit, because the current one didn't really have it didn't really fly legally, it seemed. So he had a chance to make an adjustment, but it didn't do it in time, and therefore it got dismissed.
He lives to learn.
Yeah. So that's why Johnny said in the statement later that the dismissal was because of time, not because of ownership, making it clear that the court did not dismiss it because Sega owns the song. They dismissed it because of time, like the time frame was over, basically. And they dismissed it with prejudice, meaning that Johnny can never, ever go to court again and ask for them to declare that it's his song. So it's now forever undecided that who has the rights to the song. So Sega can continue doing what they do.
Yeah. I'm no lawyer, but presumably a decision not being made in his favor means a decision was made in someone else's favor.
Yeah, Sega wanted
it's in a limbo. It's not in a limbo. The copyright continues as it was.
Yeah, but there was a dispute about what that was, though.
Yeah, but the court have now said there's no issue with how it was.
Yeah.
So
he was the only he was the only party here that wasn't happy with
the court
with
has not made a judgment about whose song it is.
Yeah,
That's
it remains the same.
Which
Copyright
means
Sega.
it remains as it was.
Yeah,
Is Jun Tsunui involved at all? Like, obviously, the music.
That's
he mentions
really
Jun, but Jun probably can't really do much because he is an employee of Sega, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So.
There'll be more people than just Jun Tsunui, but that's the most famous example. Like, there'll be someone on the drums, there'll be someone on the keyboards.
No, but those are the people who play the song, right? This is ownership.
Yeah,
like
they don't own
authorship.
the song, but they were involved in the creation of the song, and he's alleging he also created the song.
No, he says, the song is mine, I wrote it with Jun, I sing it, I created the melody, I recorded my vocals in my studio, and they do not own it. That's what he said again after the decision, or the non-decision was made. I understand why he says this.
He says it's his song. Sega says we can use it whenever we want to.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Sega claims as their song, but just like we can use it if we want to.
They have the copyright for it, probably, like they do most songs or like I would say, like the vast majority of songs in Sega games. But and so that's why. Viper, I agree with you in the sense that it remains the same. It remains Sega's in the way that they can use it.
At the end of the day, before the court agreement, Sega thought it was theirs. The court agreement didn't favor in his side, so it stays as it was.
Nothing changes,
still think
right?
they own it. Yeah.
He thinks
that's a loss for him, but it doesn't change.
Yeah.
Identical to how it was.
Just with
terms,
the important
right?
detail that they dismissing it does not mean that court says that yes, you own this song. It's just like we're not going to do anything. We're not going to state anything.
So
with that, and it's
two
now
different things.
Yeah,
morally, ethically, it can be someone else's. Like legally, it remains the same, so it belongs to
legally.
who it belonged to legally, right?
The main difference now, I feel, which I feel is an important detail, that it was dismissed with prejudice, which means that Johnny can't
pursue this any longer.
Johnny can't pursue this again.
That's the bit that confuses me, because if you don't mark it as that unless you perceive that to be something else causing it, right? You don't go, oh, you missed your deadline, you can never submit this again. That's not how American law works, to my knowledge. Like, if you miss the deadline, you can resubmit. So surely there's more to it
rebuttal
than what they've let on. if he's not then allowed to resubmit it, right?
Yeah, like there were some things here. Like he had a chance to resubmit the breach of contract part, and even if that wasn't submitted, they continued with the other parts, like part of the declaration relief, for example. It's like they did continue on with that, and SEGA gave their answer, and in that answer kind of wanted Johnny to remove copyright registration. I can't even pronounce that word. Help me. Registrations. There we go. So like it was down to those parts. SEGA gave their answer, and the whole judgment was that they're gonna dismiss it.
I was trying to quickly Google this, and it seems like Lime's assessment is correct in terms of like what it is to be dismissed with prejudice as against without. So if it were without, he could have kept on pursuing this, filed another suit or something. Apparently, if it's dismissed with prejudice, it's done once and for all and can't be brought back to court.
So yeah, Johnny should have filed that amendment in time.
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, nothing changed. I guess.
Yeah, it's a weird old situation.
It's weird. It
can try and decompartmentalize all they want. Like we've all clearly got opinions which slightly differ from each other, but at the end of the day, the court's the only people who know the ins and outs of this specific situation. He says he's going to fight it. As we've proven, he can't do that. I'm guessing you can just argue for the current case to be reopened. You can't argue for a new one.
I don't think he says he's going to fight it. He
did. I think
he said life isn't always fair, but we all move forward in love and music. So
I feel like he said as soon as it happened, I will continue fighting this or something like that.
Maybe later he said no, and the lawyer said no, you can't. Oh, sorry. No, we all move on, live and learn.
Yeah.
We live and learn.
I mean, the only way that he would get the rights to the song after a decision like this would be to settle with SEGA, and like they would have to make an agreement among themselves.
Which I don't think so.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Why would they?
That's what I'm saying. Like
money?
It's not going to happen. Like it is like now forever as it is, and SEGA can now continue doing what they do now without fear of being sued, because that's already done with.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Hey, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just move on. We've kept on talking about this for a little bit too long. I wanted really to move on. Anything else, guys, from what we've mentioned or other things that weren't on this document that were on the news this year that you want to discuss a little bit more? Focus a bit more on?
Put it right at the bottom, so it went onto a new page.
I see that. I didn't know who it was, so yeah.
It was
I don't
me,
know.
surprisingly.
Oh, surprising. Yeah, you said Shenmue for a leak.
The biggest Shenmue fan here.
Yeah, I don't dislike the game, contrary to popular belief. I just never have anything to add. But no, I was really curious about this because obviously I'm not the biggest Shenmue fan, as people can gather. I just need to spend more time with them. But this was very interesting to me. James will, of course, have way more on the subject than me, but the way this like ignited a light under people, I thought was really interesting. Like it's the most positive discussion I've heard about the series in years from the outsider perspective, even if most of it was still quite negative. There was quite a lot of positive coming in for the first time in a while, and I thought, oh, that was actually quite
and
nice,
a lot of positive from the outside as well.
Yeah, that's
outside
kind of
the
bit
community.
that surprised me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a really interesting one because, like you say, it's brought a lot of positivity back to Shenmue. The community's buzzing, people are talking about it. But then on the other hand, it's like, how has this been produced? Where's the storylines come from? Where's some of the footage come from? Is it completely fake? Is everything about this trailer fake? So in terms of like potential Shenmue 4 in the future, like, has some things been spoiled here within this trailer that, they were saving for a future installment of the game? Does it clash with anything in that terms? Obviously, Wisenet came out and did that statement where they were like,
quite
this has got
muddy.
nothing to do with us. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. But
It makes us wonder if it's...
You've talked to the person supposedly in like the where's behind this, right?
No.
Or Matt did? No?
I don't think anyone knows who it is.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Wasn't
the
there?
person
I
came
saw
forward
something.
and apologized.
They popped up on the forums with like an apology video, and that's all we've seen. So we still don't know who the guy is.
I haven't seen the video. I know Matt put out a video about it, about their comments, and I assumed you got in, or he got into, or they got in touch, whoever they are.
No, it's still pretty much like a secret guy hiding behind like a VPN or whatever. But I don't think the trailer had any malice involved. It was like, obviously, according to his apology, since Wisenet came out with that statement, it's sort of obviously backfired a little bit because obviously he was doing this for his own sort of passion. He's like a big Shenmue fan. Obviously, as you can see from the trailer itself, there's so many little minor lore details in there that only like a real big Shenmue fan would know about, which is hence the apology video where whoever this guy is like personally apologized. And
he got very spooked, didn't he?
Yeah,
probably right. With
they were going to shoot him off screen, basically.
Could it be so? I after seeing the Wisenet post, my reaction was, they're not denying this to be true.
I mean,
outright.
I guess there's a tiny element in that, right? There's the wording is a little. I guess it's just typical legal wording.
It is,
but you can read into it. I guess if they just said it a different way, you could read into that as well. It's how you want to take this news.
They could say this is fake. This is not leaked footage. This is not. They say they're not involved in this, which, making the trailer could be someone else's job. I don't know. You can read into
it's difficult, because a lot of the time with these statements,
I was still like holding out hope for this to be somewhat true.
In true Shenmue fashion.
I am very cynical. Again, I am very cynical about these things. The first time I saw this, the video on Reddit, the day it came out, it's just like I got a notification from the subreddit, which I'm not like a part of, but you probably like this, you think? And I saw the video and I was like, this is completely fake. Wait, is it? Oh my God, this is a very specific detail to be fake. No, this has to be fake. This is AI, but it looks so close to Shenmue 3. Oh, and this other detail. So
there was so many like twists and turns with this one because
the story aligned with what we're hoping it comes next. And
when I first saw it, I was instantly like, "This is fake." But then, like, the more you watch it and the more you think about it, and then the more other people get involved who use AI, and they're like, "AI is not this good yet. It can't produce things this perfect and this sort of stuff." And then I was like, I thought I saw artifacts, and then people were saying, "Oh, that could just be the engine with pop in and stuff like this." So it got to a point where I was like unsure myself in the end. But obviously that statement kind of confirms it to be not true. But I think there's a delicate line with these kind of statements, because if they say too much, that confirms or denies that they're doing Shenmue 4, doesn't it? So they can't say, this is all fake because we've not even started Shenmue 4, because then that would be like a proper kick in the teeth. So, but then they can't say, look, we're working on Shenmue 4 right now, and because they can't confirm or deny.
And it doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah,
it looks
medium ground where it's
no,
which might be why they've just said like about their logo, using their logo as infringes on some of our rights and stuff like that. So it sort of deters people from doing the same thing in the future. I think that was the main thing. It wasn't like we're after money hungry, we're going to sue anyone that does stuff. It's more like if AI is getting so good that it's fooled the whole Shenmue community, we need to say something to stop this from happening again. Because I mean, it could potentially damage future plans. Like now, if they were in talks with someone and then there's fake trailers come out and it's showing all this story content that isn't in the Shenmue 4, people are going to feel disappointed now when they play a Shenmue 4 that lacks story again, potentially. So it could be harmful in the future. But at the moment, it's kind of a positive, if that makes sense.
Oh, sorry for changing angles there. I clicked on it by mistake. But yeah, I guess if it's harmful, it's at this point it's WiseNet's fault. They know what the people want and they know what they should do. But that's a conversation for another episode. I think though this brought a lot of interesting discussion about Shenmue in other circles other than the Shenmue community, and that's a good thing. So if anything, maybe it can serve as a proof of concept that there's a market, there's interest there's a buzz surrounding the series.
I would say this year more than the previous years, Shenmue's been really out there. Like obviously since the BAFTA thing, it is, if they're gonna strike while the iron's hot right now, it needs to be very soon, I think now. Otherwise it's gonna sort of fester away again.
Feels even like a bigger opportunity than the anime was right now. Like there's so many eyes on it, so much discussion about it, but in a way that isn't reminiscing like it kind of almost was with the anime. It's like, oh, this recreates cool moments or whatever. All the discussions about looking forward to the game. I think this time round, so it's interesting to see if they capitalized on a wider net
cast.
I think it got to the point where it was like people were like, why do we need another Shenmue game? And I think that trailer kind of proves that this is why, because there's so much still left untold.
We need
the general public don't realize.
Yep. Okay.
Well said.
Yeah. So Shenmue 4, when? The biggest like tell that the video was fake, coming 2026. Other than that, exactly. If that wasn't there, I probably say okay, I'm all in. Yeah. Any other stuff we failed to mention, or you want to talk a little bit more about?
Can I mention the SEGA shop?
Yes,
like the Japan one.
Yes. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yep. I passed. That let's change angles again. We have props. Go look into the video version. We have a Sonic bag.
So we were saying that this actual store based in Tokyo was unveiled this year, opened this year. Same with the one in Shanghai.
Exactly.
And yeah, I've been a couple of times now, and it's incredible. There isn't a massive amount of variation between the different types of merch. You've got like a Sonic section, there's Persona, Metaphor, Like a Dragon. They've actually got some Stranger Than Heaven merchandise, which I thought was a bit random. And then yesterday when I went in, they had some Puyo merch.
Wait. There's more. More.
But there's another baggie. I don't actually have any Puyo.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to show that.
Hatsune Miku. But I got a mug.
Oh, wait.
Like a proper SEGA mug, which is pretty cool. I got these actually, but I don't know if these are actually Tokyo specific, but these sort of die-cast.
The die-cast consoles. Yeah.
So there's a Saturn one. I've also got a Dreamcast one in here somewhere. But yeah, very, very cool. If you're in Japan at all, I think it's pretty much a must stop by.
Yeah.
Is it? It might be a reflection there. It's like a silvery chrome.
No, the logo, the swirl.
I see what you mean.
I'm just clinging on to any hope.
Yeah, it is blue. It is blue. Yeah,
you're right. Interesting. Oh, it does say PAL in brackets. I think they do
Oh, yeah.
different versions actually, because there was two
proper colour.
Saturns. There was a Genesis actually, which surprised me,
Oh,
and a Mega Drive. So there maybe there's two Dreamcasts.
Jim, take me
Yeah,
to the
there you go.
store. I want.
they
I
just
want,
sell the Power
I've
One.
actually
want to go to the
I've actually
store.
got some Stranger Than whatever it's called, Stranger Than Heaven merch here.
There we
Bought
go.
that from
Like
Matt.
heaven.
So coming 2026, the announcement: Stranger Than Heaven is cancelled, and now Jim's like, I own a $2 million worth shirt.
I can assure you, Hyena's merch is apparently not worth that much.
Really?
I think
Is that
Gabby
right?
said on the RS Discord he got it for like 20 quid
Oh, okay.
pre-owned.
Okay,
Because they
pre-owned.
did an insert coin range, didn't they?
Oh,
Like a
yeah.
month before the game got discontinued. So Stranger Than Heaven gets discontinued. You're sitting on pennies there, Jim.
Okay. I was hoping it would be the other way around, but
Yeah.
we never know if it's a
Okay.
niche game.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
I think it's going to be a successful game, right? Stranger
it
Than
looks
Heaven,
like it.
judging by
Looks
the
like it.
Looks
footage.
great.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. And our
No
friend, it's our mandatory mention of our friend Justin
Mm.
Scarpone, who attended both like inaugurations of the stores in Shanghai and Tokyo, and is always traveling around the world
The
and
worldwide
sharing
himself.
stuff on LinkedIn. By the way, go follow him on LinkedIn. Really cool guy. Please come on the show, Justin, soon.
Promise we won't call you a supervillain or whatever gets
Disney
said.
villain.
Disney villain.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
What if you get a call tomorrow? Like, hey, I would like to join the show. Can
On one
I would also like to
condition.
be a part of the Sega Lounge challenge. Can I
Oh
be a
yeah,
part
for
of
sure.
the Sega
No,
Lounge?
that's also mandatory. Yeah, he gets Sega Lounge challenge. Yeah, sure. We'll do a special episode, off-season episode with
Mm.
Justin. Yeah. Okay, so that's about it for the news. Let's move on to the games. So this year, I compiled a list that I sent you guys of this. These are not all the games. I guess the most relevant to our interests. Maybe some not, but okay. So games released by Sega / Atlas this year: Virtua Fighter 5 Revo and also Revo World Stage a month ago or so. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. 2 Point Museum and also the Zooseum expansion a month ago or so, or maybe less. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. Raidu Remastered The Mystery of the Soulless Army. Persona 5 The Phantom X. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. The Hinokami Chronicles. I don't know what I just said there. The Hinokami Chronicles 2. The House of the Dead 2 remake, which is Forever Entertainment joint, but licensed by Sega. Not very good, apparently. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Football Manager 26. And Sonic Rumble. So out of all of these, what would you say? I won't ask for your favorite. You can tell me if you have one, but like the top 3 games for you,
Ooh.
like personal favorites, personal best. I'm going to start
I don't
with the
even think I've
person
played
who.
3 of them.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going to give you a little bit more time to think. I'm going to start with Viper.
So of course, in at number 3, the highly beloved Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Number 2, I'm going to go with Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, a very meaningful upgrade. And in at number 1, what else can it be? My favorite, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. What a game! Straight to the top. No, I unfortunately made all that up. Goodness, I mean,
I
my
agree
list
with the
probably-
last one, though. I like the game very much, to be honest.
No, that's totally fair. Just not for me
I
personally,
like
which
it.
is a
I
shame.
enjoyed it
but
very much.
I'm glad to hear that people enjoying things, believe it or not, is a better outcome than people not enjoying things. So
Thank you. I say that too.
I'm
It is
glad
very
for
true.
you. But no, I think my
Why
list.
did you
I
like
don't-
this thing that I hated? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like it's a lot better to like something than to hate something. It's a lot
Yes,
more fun.
yes.
First of all.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, House of the Dead
100%.
Remake 2 should have been in there as well, because that was also not very good, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, of the stuff I've actually played, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, really good game. I think our top threes are all going to be very similar, because I think of the games released, there were 3 really solid ones this year. A couple that were also really good that I've not played. So, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, definitely my favourite of the year. Sonic Rumble, I've had a lot of fun with. Otherwise, I've played a bunch of the other stuff. It's been a bit of a dry year for Sega, I'd say. Like, 2 Point Museum is the other big one, but I have never actually got to it. Outside of that, yeah, like, I felt very few and far between. They've been firing on all cylinders for like 5 years now, so it kind of makes sense that they need a year that's a little bit more down tuned. It was like the 3 big ones: Pirate Yakuza, 2 Point Museum, actually 4, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, and Sonic Racing Crossworlds. They were all also very close to each other, so it felt like there was a big gap between Pirate Yakuza and 2 Point Museum, and then Shinobi and Sonic. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a bit of a quieter year compared to normal, both in news and, well, hearing game releases as well. But really liked the 2 Sonics and had a great time with Shinobi. So I guess I'd say those in a long-winded way to try and buy everyone else some time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Lime. What about you?
Yeah. Going through the list, my top 3, I would say that 3 would be Yakuza 0. 2 would be Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And 1, Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to justify that?
I feel like Shinobi just had, it just wowed me, like, in all the right ways. I definitely feel like it really did a good job all around. While I do have some criticisms for Crossworlds, for example, I do not have as much for Shinobi. So it's just that Shinobi just got that tiny little edge, even if I like both games a lot. I feel like this just had that, that little edge in quality. Yakuza 0, just because I finished the game, I went all the way through. Sonic Rumble and Virtua Fighter 5 was also things I considered. But then I kind of just tried for a bit and then never got back to them again. And so they didn't keep me playing it. And so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. Jim, what are your not top 3?
I'll
but
give you top
whatever it
2.
is. Top 2, okay. Yeah, fair.
Top 2.
Was a
So
busy
coming in at
year
number
for
2.
this man. Leave him alone.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds at number 2 for me.
Okay.
Just because I've not had a chance to put much time into it. Played the demo, played it at Gamescom, but yet to properly play it since release. But I'm excited to play it based on your guys' opinions. It's kind of exceeded actually expectations, I would say. Originally, we were kind of like, ooh, the controls a bit funky, etc. But then, it seems good. So I'm looking forward to getting properly stuck into that. So that would be my number 2. My number 1, of course, would be Shinobi, that I've actually played and put the most amount of time in, and I really, really enjoyed that. House of the Dead 2 remake, I would say, somewhere near the bottom of the list.
Did you play it?
Which might
at
be worth.
Gamescom
No,
or something?
actually.
No, okay.
No.
Okay.
I just assume that. And then I guess like Yakuza 0 is a timeless classic these days. So we've all played that now. When I had some time, I played that back in the day. And then Virtua Fighter 5 I've already played. So I don't know if you can talk about them in a top 3 these days, really. Maybe Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza might be my 3rd, but I've not played it. So I'm just saying that out of what I'm most interested in playing out of the list. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like what would stand out to me in that list would be Yakuza Paris and Hawaii. I would play that. So yeah. There you go. Okay. Justified.
Shinobi, what did you enjoy about it, by the way? We're all like singing the praises of Shinobi. Oh, that was Ryo Hazuki. Yeah, that's a good point.
Ryo Hazuki, yeah, it was a good shout. Just how smooth it played, the combat, the 2D art style I really liked. I mentioned before, it's got a kind of Edo period hand-drawn scroll effect to it. But then some of the stages were incredible, like the Neo City. I just loved the aesthetics of some of the stages and not so much the storyline. I kind of skipped a lot of the dialogue. I don't know if anyone else was the same on that. But the actual gameplay.
I liked it.
Dialogue is I don't know. I would like more monologues because Shinobi said one word.
Most people didn't. Most people were really critical of it as well. But
I saw that. I don't know. I don't know if most people, but I saw people like criticizing the story. I don't know why.
It just sets up the game. That's all it needs to do. It doesn't need to be much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jim, in which case it's faster to skip it.
No time. Must play. Yeah.
I just want to play. I just want to slash through these enemies.
That's a good reason to want to skip them, to be fair. Yeah. It's a game worth skipping cutscenes in. I can see it, you know. I would just want to keep playing the game, so get it.
Yeah.
It's a very good game.
Okay. So I guess it's my turn. I was stalling, but yeah, I guess it's my turn. I asked for a top 3, and I really don't have a top 3 in my head. I guess I do. So I know my number 1. My number 1 is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I've said this like a few times in previous weeks, so definitely. It's been ever since it came out, and I don't think... I didn't think Sonic Racing Crossworlds would change that. And it didn't, but I do think it's a very good game.
It's a game of the year contender. Oh wait.
No, it wasn't. Not even that, but yeah. Right. Sonic best racing / sports contender. But Mario Kart World.
It's family contender.
It's a family contender. It puts families against each other. Yeah. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, definitely a very good game. My favorite racing / kart racer of the year, for sure, hands down.
/ kart. You have to add that,
yeah. Because I don't think I've played any other racing games apart from Crossworlds and Mario Kart World this year, that came out this year. So yeah, definitely racing / kart racers. I mean, it's a very good game, and it's also very. We talked about this last episode, but very important in the way that it's presenting Sonic to a whole new generation of gamers. Generation in terms of age, I'm sure, kids, but also generation in terms like communities, other people who are not really Sonic fans, but are getting into this game because of SpongeBob, because of Minecraft, because of all the crossovers.
Just wait until the turtles join. My gosh.
Maybe.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, everyone's waiting.
People are going to be flooding getting to know Sonic.
Yeah. So that's my number 2. My number 3, I think, is Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Although it's been almost a year since I last played this. We had a whole episode dedicated to it. I'm a sucker for these like sillier Like a Dragon games, and I like the flow of having like a turn-based game on one year or in 1 year, and the next one having like a bit of a spin-off being more brawl-based.
I think that's been a great thing to come out of the recent Yakuza games.
I think so.
That cycle, I really like that actually. Now that you brought that up,
especially after last year, we had like from Sega alone, at least 2 massive turn-based RPGs. If you don't count Persona 3 Reload, which many people played as well, I think you too, Viper. So
Yes.
if people played all like major 3 JRPGs that Sega released last year, they put a lot of time into like turn-based RPGs last year. And I guess this is a very good palate cleanser in a way. So just like instead of like dedicating yourself tens of hours to that game, just like play a shorter, crazier experience that could have probably cost a little bit less, if I'm being honest. But still,
Not wrong.
it's Majima. He's a pirate for some reason, because of the eye patch. So that like seems like a no-brainer if you think about it. He's in Hawaii because we all know Hawaii now. It's got the same map,
Asset
the same.
reuse.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Why not do that? Like
They're the team of it. They've been doing it for 20 years.
See?
So might as
Yeah.
well stay at it.
So I think it's such a massive map, and it's so detailed that I think it works. So no problem for me. But yeah, that's my number 3, I guess. A little bit below Sonic Racing Crossroads, because I can recognize the merits of a completely new kart racer that's so deep in terms of like mechanics and how good it is in terms of gameplay, etc. Although they're stingy with tickets. Please give us more tickets so we can unlock.
Please.
But yeah, so that's
I'm
my top
desperate
3.
over here.
That's my top 3. Very close. Special mention to 2 Point Museum, which I got into recently, and it's so good. And it's, speaking of spending a lot of time on a game, yeah, it's like it's literally endless. So it's amazing. If you're into this sort of gameplay, this is really addictive, and it's got a lot of content still coming. We just got the Zoozeum expansion.
You
That
mentioned
released.
that there was another one this year, wasn't there, as well? And you
They had
all
like the
free
fantasy
crossovers.
finds, the fantasy
Yeah.
finds with the crossover. No, the Digiverse, I think it's the one.
Yeah, there was
Got the
Digiverse, and
crosswords.
there was another paid one that I can't remember, and it's going to bug me now.
Yeah,
Let me see if I
so
can
fantasy
find it.
finds, I guess.
Yeah,
is the one you're
Fantasy Finds
thinking
was
of.
the paid one.
Yeah, with like different content, extra content, and then the Digiverse
Yeah, that's the
is the
one.
crossovers with Dredge and Vampire Survivors,
Another
and
one
probably
they
more
announced today,
coming.
isn't there?
Oh,
I think they announced one today.
they announced one today. I can't
They
remember
announced
what
some
it
crossovers
is.
today, didn't they?
Yeah,
There's another
So-
one on the document I'm seeing here.
yeah. So that's something that also can like extends the life of this game, or these games, the 2 Point games, because they keep on releasing content, and they've got more lined up for next year, as they said when they came on the Sega launch, and apparently something Sega related.
More Sonic DLC, as they do every game.
I hope it's not that, but okay, who knows. Also, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, there's a Sega Boss DLC coming soon. Do we have a date yet? I think we do.
2026 is all they said, I think.
Wasn't it like already established that it was like January or something, or February? No,
Oh, was it? I don't know.
maybe not. Yeah. But yeah. One more mention here, because we just glanced through it. Sonic Rumble. I've been playing a lot of Sonic Rumble. I'm level. Let me check while I say this. I've been playing a lot of it. And season 2 started the day we're recording this. So if you're listening to this when it comes out, like last week we got the start of the 2nd season of Sonic Rumble. It goes in seasons. That means a whole new season pass can be acquired for money. But also new skins to unlock, new stuff to unlock. I haven't paid a single cent to play this game, and I am level 64. And I've been having a lot of fun. Also, they announced that, and now if people are watching this as the episode goes live, they should already be seeing Godzilla in the game. Godzilla is coming to Sonic Rumble tomorrow as we're recording this, so last week for people listening.
Is that going to wipe out all of Sonic's universe?
All the board game that they're playing on.
They've hit Seaside Hill.
Basically, that's the Sonic universe these days. It's Seaside. Yeah. Have you guys played the co-op battle thingies events?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're interesting, aren't they? I don't quite know how to describe them.
I like them. Some more than others.
I've only played the Lost World boss, the one with Zavok. Can't think what it's called. Snake thing.
The bee one?
No, it's a different one. It's like a snake or something.
I haven't played that one, I think. Was
now
it
I sound
pre-release?
Mad. No, this was post-release, like a few weeks ago.
Did I miss it?
Now I look it up again to prove I'm not losing it.
I played the bee one. There's the Death Egg Robot. There's Bio Lizard from Sonic Adventure 2.
What level were you again? Sorry.
I'm currently 64.
64, right.
Dragon.
I'm level
There
16.
Okay. There's the Egg Robo something squad sergeants. I don't remember.
Oh, I have it up here. Let's have a look.
Which is the weirdest
Rangers.
one, I think. Rangers.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest one.
Wonder what Rangers they're referencing. That's a mystery.
Yeah, but that's the weirdest one in terms of like how it works, because you have to find them and chase them. They're all in different parts of the board, and then you get teleported to a higher level and have to finish them all at once. But I like the big boss battles that they're like Eggman boss battles in a way.
Yeah.
Like proper Sonic game boss battles. I like those. Cool events. It's good to add a little bit of variety. And I think that's something that Sonic Rumble does well. Because you can just play the whole...
more frequent.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like once every couple days for those boss fights, isn't it? Like I wish they had a permanently running boss fight that just changed out. So, next day it's the Egg Rangers or whatever, Day after that it's the Death Queen. Like I wish these timed events weren't so limited, because it's like, I got 2 hours to play co-op before it disappears for a week again. Like,
I wonder if the Egg Robo Rangers morph or something.
Oh no, you're totally right. They probably
into
do.
like a big Egg Robo Zord. I don't know. I like Lime and Jim's like.
What do I say?
Expressions, I know. What is he talking about?
Morphing time.
It's morphing time.
Apparently.
Yeah, Sonic Rumble, but it does have quite a bit of variety. You can just play the ring challenge, like the 3 stages, over and over again, because these events are not mandatory. So when you enter the game, it usually says this is the thing that's going on now, and it's pre-selected. But you can choose another one of the modes, basically ring challenge, ring battle challenge, or whatever, and the 1 stage challenge if you have tickets to play that. And I can see none of you knows what I'm talking about here, so I'll just move on. Yeah.
As I said, I stopped playing the game months ago.
It's fun. I think it is exactly what I was expecting it to be. It's like you should treat it as a mobile game that you play for short bursts, have a little bit of fun, unlock stuff, get some rings, some red rings, some like tickets for whatever, and
don't give them your money.
Don't give them your money. Come back the next day for a little bit.
Adult.
Yeah, I was able to do that, and it works fine for me. Yeah.
If you're a child, you're screwed, but if you're a responsible adult, you can have some fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the first like, not sure if it's the first game, but the first like more traditional game. I don't think we're counting Sonic Forces like the running thing, but to have Tangle and Whisper. I think Tangle and Whisper were in Sonic Forces, the running
Dash,
thing,
yeah.
Dash, before, I guess. But even before Crossworlds, we got them in Rumble. I got one of them because I didn't have enough red rings for both.
Likewise. Everyone I know only could afford one. And I was
Yes.
like, that's good enough for me.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Any other mentions to games released this year before we move on to our final section?
I look forward to
Don't think so.
playing Rider Remastered at Christmas.
Okay.
I know I'm receiving it. There you go. So
Okay.
I look forward to playing that on Christmas Day, basically. But that's
Is it
Don't say
sitting
anything
under
about
that
it right
beautiful
now.
tree behind you, Viper?
It is not. No, this is entirely
Oh.
for decoration.
It's a
There's a
green
real
screen.
tree. It's not a green screen. Some of us have real backdrops, Casey.
I wonder
Put
what
out.
you mean by that.
But no, there's a real tree that's even bigger than this. This is a tiny one that sits in the corner and looks nice for video calls like this.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Persona 5 The
Thank you very
Phantom
much.
X is a big thing as well, or was a big thing
Yeah.
in certain
game's-
circles. I haven't played it.
In certain regions where the game was already out before this year, it's still doing very well. I don't think it's quite had the splash they were hoping for here, but that's kind of their own fault. That's a whole different conversation, but getting too bogged down in it, I guess.
I'm looking at. I think this is like the third time during a show that we talk about this, and I think, oh, I haven't downloaded it yet. And I go to the App Store, and I look at it. Have I downloaded it? No, I haven't. Oh, I need to do that. But then we keep talking, and I don't. And another month goes by, or whatever. Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It is a decent game. It is pretty fun if you liked Persona 5 Royal, but the thing that off-put me about it and made me jump off it very quickly was, in comparison to the Chinese and Taiwanese and those versions, they ran at a certain pace. They've doubled the pace that those same events run at on the English servers to catch up with those servers quicker. But not only do you have to do double the amount of content twice as fast, you also don't get any compensation for the fact that you're doing it twice as fast. You get the same, if not less, than the same Chinese players got playing the same content. It was like, this is just way, way too much. I lasted like 2 weeks. I was like, this just moves way too fast. I can't keep up with this. It's just insane how quick this game moves. And it's like, yeah, here's 20 hours of story. By the way, we're releasing another 20 hours next week on top of... You've played Persona, Casey, and this is lime. You know, all the side content that the game also expects you to do. It's like, holy moly, this is just too much. This is way too much to stay on top of. And I think that's been the general consensus from all English audiences. I know very few people who've managed to actually stay on board with it, and they are like hardcore gacha fans and hardcore Persona 5 fans. You've got to be really dedicated to this game and this game only to get the most out of it right now, which is a shame. But
it also got nominated as best mobile game, right?
it did,
Alongside Sonic Rumble. Yeah, it did. Okay, interesting. Good. Also, Football Manager 26 is out. Just mentioning this because, contrary to popular belief, it's not that bad of a game. It just got a lot of like side questions, side issues that got involved in the process, and now there's a lot of negativity surrounding it. But you'll listen to our Football Manager 26 episode with Rafsig. Clearly explains that in a better way than I ever could. Do that. Yeah. I mean, like you said, Viper, I think it wasn't the most exciting year in terms of like properties that appealed maybe to most of us here.
yeah.
I mean, like And also the pacing of releases, like there were like big gaps between releases. And some of them were like re-releases, like the Switch 2 games.
A lot of it was re-releases this year. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, Two Point Museum got re-released later this year. Persona 3 Reload got re-released later this year.
Yeah, but if you look at like just like if you look at the unique releases, not most of it is new, right?
I'd say there's still a good chunk more re-releases than there were in previous years, even in that list.
Okay,
like there's still a good.
You got a remastered version of a very old game, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S and Yakuza 0, which is basically the same with a little bit of extra content. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, especially World Stage.
World Stage does a lot more than Revo did.
Yeah,
Revo did like nothing at launch to change that game.
It worked on like the online multiplayer experience was tweaked in a very important way. Because
and
of,
it was
like,
on PC.
rollback code.
You'll rebuy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And House of Dead 2 remake was a remake. Yeah. But other than that, it's like new stuff. Not sure if it's enough in terms of like, I wouldn't say quality because the games are good, but like in terms of like excitement to get people like, oh, this was an amazing year in Sega. I feel like last year was much better because it was more compact, but more exciting in terms of what we got.
Yeah, like every year I always go, oh, this has been a great year for Sega. Like historically, like all the way back to about 2017, I always think that was a great year.
Mm-hmm.
That was like well paced, loads of good releases. This is the first year I've it's still a good year, but it's like I remember last year feeling more exciting than this.
I don't mind them keeping this like flow of things, this cycle of things.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it will definitely work. It's just something to get used to compared to how they've previously structured this sort of stuff, which is just like, boom, here's a load of stuff. This is like, hey, it's a bit more of a drip feed, which is more maintainable, of course, but still something to get used to.
Maybe they're building up to something, like with that dude trying to revive the company.
Yeah.
So,
with what, the 4 other... What did they call this new project that Shinobi came from?
New
era or whatever. Like, we still got 4 of those games left to come. So they're clearly...
That's the perfect segue into our final and more. In our final
about 20 movies.
Yeah. So our final segment is looking ahead. So let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. So what are you expecting? And in our document, I listed a few projects we know are coming. Some we don't really know when, but we have Persona 4 Revival, Stranger Than Heaven, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. This has a release date of February 12th. New Virtua Fighter project, Total War Warhammer 40,000 just got announced, and those 4 new era games and more, whatever they are. So what are you guys expecting from Sega in 2026?
A lot, I guess. A lot. I think, judging from like the merchandise and stuff like that, maybe Jet Set Radio could be the closest game out of the 4 that we're still waiting on or whatever. But I guess Stranger Than Heaven at the moment is like the most convincing to me out of the list of what has potential in the future. I think the Virtua Fighter project is exciting, but we haven't really seen a great deal of that to know that that is going to be a 2026 kind of thing. I think that's maybe more so in the future. Maybe even Stranger Than Heaven could be more so in the future, but it feels closer because it looks so good already. It's difficult to say with the new era stuff because I think a lot of people are expecting a lot of this to be unveiled at the recent Game Awards, especially with like Sega announcing that this is a Game Awards that you must not miss. And then I think a lot of Sega fans were, or at least old school Sega fans were left wondering actually where the Sega announcement was.
This doesn't appeal to me specifically.
I'm kind of more interested in you guys' opinions, I think, because I've not really got a great deal to say on the current list that you've got there, KC. Maybe Shenmue 4. That would be nice.
Yeah. I didn't include Shenmue 3 Enhanced because it's not
True.
technically Sega,
Sega, I guess.
right? But it's something that we're expecting to get next year.
There you go. I do have an actual Dark Ties Yakuza 3 pamphlet.
Okay.
If that interests anyone.
Let's see that. Let's get to it's getting it.
So
show and tell.
already rolling with the marketing, I guess, for this game.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
February's coming soon. Very quickly.
Yeah,
like a month and a half away.
12th of February.
Yeah.
No.
Of course.
And all the others.
Some of the old games.
Yes.
0, 1, and 2, yeah.
The updates. Yeah.
But yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah.
A sign of things to come.
What about you, Lime? Expectations for 2026?
I agree with Jim about the Jet Set Radio. I feel like there are more hints about that game than any of the other games in the New Era games. And so I think that it's not impossible that we get an announcement about that next year. I would, and I don't think that this is impossible either, would love an announcement of the next big Sonic game. I figure that's not out of the realm of possibilities for next year.
Just the announcement?
Yeah, unless you think it's going to get released next year as well.
No, that's my question.
Yeah, that would be amazing. It's not something that I dare to predict, but at least an announcement, I feel like I want to predict in here and now in that case. So yeah, maybe a little wait more. I guess it's not impossible that it gets released around holiday times next year. But yeah, I don't dare to predict that in particular. Other than that, no. Maybe some more about the Streets of Rage 3D game, possibly, but that might be more wishful thinking from my part rather than what's realistic. I would love to see more about that.
Cool. Yeah. Viper.
Kind of echoing what they've said. I think if we were to hear about any of the New Era games, I think Jet Set Radio is the most likely. It's one that's had the most stuff revealed, both in terms of officially and unofficially. It's the one we've heard the most about, right? So I think it's inevitable. It's been like 3 years since announcement. We must hear something about it soon. If we've had all that anniversary stuff last year, you would have thought that would have been the good time. So whatever happened maybe pushed it to this year. I think, like Lime said as well, I think the next Sonic game news seems to be inevitable. There's been a lot of murmurings that it was due this year, so I think inevitably will happen within 12 months. I think they're at least going to start sharing details about it, even if I think this year coming is probably a little unrealistic for a release date. I think we'll hear about it certainly. In terms of not pure speculation, really looking forward to Stranger Than Heaven. I can't see that releasing this year, though, but I'd like to be wrong. But certainly hearing more about it, seeing actual footage, would be the big thing that I want out of it, personally. Persona 4 Revival, really looking forward to that, because I've purposely held off playing the original Persona 4 in case they did do a remake of it. Which you can let me know if that's the right or wrong way to do it down in the comments, I guess. But I've been really looking forward to that. I think that's already been confirmed that they're aiming for 2026. So fingers crossed on that one. Virtua Fighter not happening next year. There's not enough shown about that. They'll talk more about it, but it's way too far off, I think. Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. Yeah, please show us more. other than that, Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties was looking forward to. Might still look forward to. I don't know yet. More news about what the future of Stranger Than Heaven or Yakuza is more interesting to me personally, though. So hope we hear more about that this year. But otherwise, yeah. There's stuff in the pipeline, but it's all in the pipeline. There's next to nothing, it feels like, we know that's actually gonna happen this year. They've been very secretive with everything that's going on in that company right now. So it's up to them to finally reveal that this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Even the building actually is secretive. I visited Sega today, and they haven't even got a Sega sign anywhere.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah. Inside there's
Is
just
there a
a
door?
Sega Sammy logo. Yeah, there's a couple of doors.
Could be like a secret entrance.
You can
Portal.
get in, but
Very-
you can't get out.
Yeah.
Very like non-discreet, like nothing,
Mhm.
no sign of, apart from what floor on, if you know what I mean. So it's like Sega Corporation.
Mhm.
Very interesting. I was kind of expecting something because I actually
That
went to the
reminds me.
Bandai building and there was like a big
Ooh.
museum, which was really cool, like a 2-floor museum thing. But yeah, walking into Sega, absolutely nothing. So childhood dream shattered.
Oh,
Reminds me real quick, Sega Europe moved office this year, didn't they?
that's true.
Is that a thing?
Oh, nice.
That's
And
true.
that caused the whole issue of
Yeah.
all of their games going missing because they threw them in the bin. And then people tried to... There's a whole thing that we brushed upon earlier. But yeah, that was... Sega moved this
Preservation.
Yeah, preservation. Yeah. And a whole batch of Sega Channel games. We didn't.
Oh, that was really cool as a way
We
to
didn't
end off the
have
year.
the like a new. This would be the news episode for December, but we
Oh.
didn't cover it. So, but that reminds me that
Mm,
they
amazing.
were able to preserve the Sega Channel games, which are now available online and preserved for posterity, I guess, which is really cool. Really cool that was able. And they did it with the help of a fan as well, with a community member that were like the name of the guy was like Sega Channel Nerd or whatever.
Yeah,
So
the guy was like hyper dedicated.
yeah.
Must
So
have been a
which
dream
is
come true.
yeah, really cool that they were able to be a part of this. I hope they feel proud about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and also like the original guy that worked on the Sega Channel, I think he
Mhm,
was like,
mhm.
he had all
Like
the
vice president or
ROMs and
something.
stuff still. Yeah, amazing. That
Very cool
is
stuff.
like the fans doing God's work in terms of preservation.
Yeah, and the company's work, right? What should be? I know we talked about this earlier this
Yeah.
year, but like
Mm,
Japanese companies apparently don't have like the culture of like understanding this is history. We should preserve this.
It's just work. It's not anything
Yeah,
important
yeah,
to
and
them
and
at the
and
end
I
of the
guess
day.
I guess the video game industry, when we compare it to other like art forms, is a fairly new, recent industry, even if it's like 50, 60 or whatever years old now. But it's fairly young compared to other things like movies and music and stuff. So maybe there's not the culture of like preserving what you do and considering it like part of history in the making yet. That should be in there to like make these companies save their work so in the future we can see it, we can replay it, and also money. That's also the big issue always. So
Money to be made in it for all the money it costs at the end of the day. So
yeah,
it's a 50-50 coin toss.
definitely, yeah. Okay, for my look into 2026, I agree with you guys. I look at this list and I don't really see much of 2026.
Yeah.
I only see Persona 4 Revival and Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Tides. These are the two things that I know for sure. I mean, Persona 4 Revival, I think for sure 2026, but I don't think they've like properly announced it's 2026. But I think all
think
hints
they kind
are-
of did.
They kind of did, right?
I think they said it was aiming for 2026 because this was tiding them over till whatever they're actually working.
Yeah, the
fully
new
on, I
Persona,
think.
Persona 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping these two 2026. I'm not excited. I don't think the word is excited for Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. We've played these games countless times now. Dark Ties is an add-on, but it doesn't justify paying full price again for this game. You decide. I'll probably get it, but not that I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I'll probably enjoy it, but not that I'm very excited about it. Persona 4, I'm a bit excited because I loved Golden, so I want to play Revival, and I'm hoping in the refresh of the systems in the more like Persona 5-esque way will get me to enjoy it a little bit more, because at some point near the end, I got tired of Persona 4 Golden. So I'm hoping this fixes that. Stranger Than Heaven, I think it's a 2027 game at least. I'm guessing it's 2027. New Virtua Fighter project, I don't know if it's even 2027 or like way over to 2028, because it's still early stages. As for the new era, I have a theory about what happened. I think the only good game that they had for this new era already came out, and now they're realizing they need to do something about it. And I don't know if they were expecting all the praise for Shinobi. I'm hoping they were. I'm hoping they realized what they had in their hands. But I guess Shinobi was like, let's let Lizard, let's let the French guys do this, and tidy us over until we get all like the big names out. I think that was indeed the one that was the most polished, the one that was the really good one out of the 5 that we saw at the Game Awards. And now they're working on making the others a little bit better before they talk about them. I think my theory is they wanted to show more of Jet Set Radio this year to celebrate the anniversary. All the partnerships, them skates, and others, they spent the whole year talking about the 25th anniversary of Jet Set Radio, and they tweeted once about Shenmue.
The
So
Muppets
I
mentioned
think
Shenmue, though. Did they mention Jet Set Radio?
no,
Think not.
they mentioned Jet Set Radio a lot with all the partnerships.
Yeah, the Muppets didn't
Not-
mention
Oh, the
the
Muppets. Oh,
Muppets,
yeah,
though.
the Muppets. Yeah, sure. Sorry. So I think
Who's
they
really
wanted.
more relevant here?
They were planning to release
exactly.
more information about the game this year, but something happened behind the scenes, I guess. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll know when things get leaked. Who knows? But I'm not expecting any of the new games in 2026, to be honest. Any of these. I hope we get news, but I'm not expecting any of these new games. But that said, if all we were getting is Persona 4 Revival and Yakuza Kiwami 3, it's going to be a very dry year for Sega. So I think there's more coming that we're not really aware of. Probably
Might
more.
make the show shorter next year.
Yeah, yeah.
10-minute
we're-
episodes. Oh,
we're gonna
bliss.
do this. We're gonna do this show by like June or whatever, because that's probably when we get Persona 4 Revival, and then that's it. And the year is over. I'm also betting on a Sonic announcement in 2026 for sure, and maybe that's
3D, 2D.
I think the new Sonic Frontiers game is going to be announced next year.
Next week.
Not next week. Not next week, because next week is still 2025.
You heard it here first,
weeks from
everybody. Next week it's gonna be announced.
Well, when this airs, the next week
It's-
will contain dates in 2026. So you might be right.
Not really. Maybe. Don't
The
confuse me.
week after the 25th, we'll have
Yes.
the 29th
yes.
through to the 4th.
So you heard it here first. January 1st, new Sonic game being announced. Frontiers 2. The new Frontier. That was already something, wasn't it? The DLC, the
The
last,
Final Horizon.
the
or something.
final,
Final
the
Horizon,
Final
yeah.
Horizons.
So you're good. You're good, is what I'm
I'm
saying.
good. Maybe one of the games we're not expecting or not know of yet and are getting is some sort of Sonic remake, remaster, or whatever.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I'm not seeing them not releasing a Sonic game in 2026.
Sonic Lost World remastered.
One
Question
can
mark?
only hope, Jim. One can only
Sonic
hope.
Rumble.
Sonic Rumble 3D.
I'm just too tired to say.
Yeah. Okay, so
Maybe
that's
Echo?
that's it. Oh, Echo!
yeah,
I
of
forgot
course.
about Echo.
Right.
Yes, I
Yeah.
talked about them not being on the list before. Yes, Echo 1 and 2. Yeah, but that's technically licensed in a way. So I
Ish.
guess we need more Sega stuff.
Mhm.
Shenmue 3 enhanced. We talked about it, but we need more Sega stuff. Okay, looking at Lime, I'm realizing it's late, so we're gonna wrap this up. He's tired because we're recording this late for him. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Late
Lime.
for us.
Yeah, but for him especially.
Especially, yeah.
I'm
It's
an
early
hour
for
ahead,
Jim.
so yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it, guys. That was Sega's year in 2025, or at least what we remember. And we
Can
mentioned
you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, Casey?
this year,
Mm,
I'd give it a solid 8.
really?
I'm
Okay.
probably being generous, judging by what everyone said, but I think the highs were high, so I'll give it an 8. What about you guys?
7 feels fair because, like you say, the highs were high, definitely. To go any lower would be mean, but the highs do counterbalance some of the lower lows. All the same.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything bad. So
Football Manager comes quite close, but we've established that's
Ah,
a rocky road.
unfair.
Okay, but it's a £60 game.
Give it
That's
time.
worse
Let
than the
them
last
cook.
one. Oh, sorry, let them cook, of course.
Yeah, Lime. What would you rank this year?
I would definitely
Out of
rank
10.
it above mid. For me, I think 8 is like a smidge a little too high. So 6 or 7, I would say.
Okay.
If we'll land on 7, possibly, because I'm
Yeah.
feeling generous.
Okay.
How kind of
I was
you.
thinking
late.
7.
7. Okay. It's late. Let's give it an S7. Yeah.
S rank.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. Not just for this episode, but for the whole year. Right? You've all been here.
Yeah, thank you.
Many,
I'm
many
so
times.
tired after all of these episodes.
We've
We've
recorded
recorded them
all of
back to
them in sequence. It's the same week. We started Monday, it's now Sunday, and we've recorded hours and hours of content.
Yeah,
And
so
now
we got the whole next year covered. Like
we
even
just-
all the news episodes are already
we
recorded.
just made quick pauses to change clothes. We are
Yeah.
again fully clothed, by the way. You'll be delighted to know. This was a very cool season of the show, I have to say. It's like in a sort of like way of conclude this, not just the episode but the season. Really cool. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was a bit different, less interviewee, more panel-y, but I really enjoyed this new format. Not new, but like this format. We celebrated a lot of milestone anniversaries. You were here for some of them. We had like people from other podcasts, from other communities, or from other groups in the community coming to celebrate these anniversaries. We talked about the games, or many of the games that were released. We had a couple of very interesting interviews, community members. We had the 2 Point Museum people. They were such fun guests. I need to have them back on the show. So all in all, I really enjoyed this season, and it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you
You're
guys.
welcome.
Thank you.
And
Like,
biggest thing that happened this year, this man right here moved to Japan. Wow, that's
I
amazing.
guess so. That's like the biggest thing for me. It's like a lifelong dream that's actually happened, and kind of
many congrats.
doesn't feel real. Yeah, oh, thank you. Yeah. I kind of have to pinch myself, like just sitting here, and then you open the door, and Japan's in front of me. It kind of doesn't make sense.
That must feel amazing.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, it's going well so far, and
Good.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
Looking
really know.
forward to more
describe it.
vlogs.
Yeah, I'd need to get back onto that. It's just finding the time. Like I say, I haven't really had time to play anything. It's just been such a blur the last 3 months.
I bet.
And even before that, like all the planning and everything to make this happen. But yeah, exciting.
I was looking back at some of the episodes, and throughout the season, we can see the change. Like full office with like shelves with everything, and then everything's in boxes, and then he's in a van, and then he's Viper.
So he's on the plane.
And then he changes into Viper.
It's like the evolution.
like Jim went Persona, and Viper appeared. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, Viper's done a great job, and he's
Jim's final form
now. So it's not just like a stand-in that Viper keeps saying. He's like now a permanent fixture of the panel.
I've done a great job of being a stand-in -1 episode, and we'll ignore that.
Yeah, no, but I really truly appreciate you guys coming, and I think everyone watching and listening also does. So thank you very much. And for people listening in, thank you. Thank you very much for sticking with us for another year. I tend to say this, but I truly don't know what my life will be like in 2026 because of some things I'm working on in my like professional life. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen to the show next year. I hope we can still make it happen somehow. But stay tuned to our socials, and Twitch also is a way of like connecting, because I'll probably try to stream some games and stuff. I have to do the second half of my Sonic Rush gameplay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I did the first one like a couple of weeks ago. Need to complete it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But guys, Jim, you're online. Where can people find you?
Well, I'm not really. I didn't want to talk about me actually. I want to give a mention to Dreams of Saturn 3.0 that's just released literally today.
As we're recording this,
a good mention. Yeah,
last week for people listening it. Yeah,
true. Yeah, so it's been out for a week now, but definitely go check it out, because you're listening to this show. You must be a big Shenmue, Sega fan and Shenmue fan, I guess. But it's not just a Shenmue experience, is what I was about to say. It's like it's built on a lot of Sega love, especially from the Sega Saturn era. So there's a lot of Easter eggs, crossovers, things that the guy behind it, George Kitchen, is really fond of. There's supposed to be 17 new mini games this release. There's like Nights into Dreams is in there, Sonic R, like Rio running through Sonic R courses. There's the Sonic Jam Sonic Hub world that he's recreated. And then like some obscure things like the Mansion of Hidden Souls has got a cameo, Shining Force. So definitely check it out if you're a Sega fan. Don't be sort of put off if you're not a Shenmue fan, because it's got so much more than that. And Sagata Tanjiro, you can see in the footage. It's such a great fan project, and this is like the third iteration now. So if anyone played the first and the second iterations of it, they already know what they're going to in store for. So definitely check that out, which you can find on shenmuedojo.com. It should be on the main page somewhere, like one of the latest news things. But if not, click the media tab and just keep scrolling down to the fan games area, and you'll find it. PC and Mac. It's available for.
I'll add it to the show notes as well. Yes, I'll add it to the show notes. Okay. Yeah. Great shot. Yeah.
This trailer.
Okay. Thank you. Lime, anything you wanted to shout out?
I wouldn't be as noble as shouting out someone else, but if I do it like this, then I would like to shout out the Green Viper over here, over on this side over here.
Oh, now you ruined Lime's hand motions.
Oh no! Oh, there. Okay, right over there. But yeah, like I've been thinking ever since the beginning that like you have a very warm, a very like loving personality, and I always enjoy the vibes. So
I told you to shut up earlier. This has come out of nowhere.
I think I've told you that before, haven't I?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, well, there we go. So
I wasn't aware of this, so please do explain a little bit more. I'm curious now.
Please explain.
Oh, I wasn't aware that like Viper was such a nice person. So please do.
You do, don't you lie? You definitely do.
Okay, yes, but I do agree. Yeah. And Viper, what do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out the second best thing that happened this year. You know it's coming. I acquired the domain name thegreenviper8.lol. Everyone's favorite. No, aside from that.
Yes.
To get the mention in every time. No, thank you for having me here on the show, though. I really appreciate it. I joke about being the stand-in for Jim, but it's been a great opportunity to be here. Let's be fair, somewhat week in, week out, but still had a really great deal of fun with it, even putting my own health on the line at various points. To be here live on the show, sometimes not live.
Risking your life, yes.
Risking my life. I've had a great time, so thank you for having me. And long may this continue. As Casey says, he doesn't know where this is going to go next year.
We'll see.
I want to add that too, that it's a huge honor, truly, to be asked to even be a part of this. So thank you, truly, for wanting me to be here.
No, the honor is all mine. Yeah, I thank you guys.
If we're being a little bit sentimental, I'll just add like thank you for for sort of adjusting your schedules and whatnot to help me out here, and like the months where I wasn't available, and finding the perfect stand-in with Viper, who's
so I am a stand-in now.
Fixture, so the permanent fixture of Viper here.
Part of the furniture.
I do appreciate. I appreciate, actually, it's been a couple of years of like really being on the Sega Lounge. I think now like this is my second home in a way. Mm-hmm. So along with Lime, you know, I do appreciate being asked constantly. And like I say, the times when I wasn't available, and now the times when I am available, but at a different time zone. I do appreciate the catering for me.
For sure.
Much appreciate it.
Anytime. Yeah. You guys are part of the lounge. Yeah. So no, it's not mine anymore. It's a shared experience for sure. And I think that's what made these past couple of seasons more fun, because it wasn't just me and the guests, different guests every week and stuff. I think this creates a whole new dynamic. And for me, it's much more fun this way. And if not to be sentimental or anything, but Viper, you had a very cool new perspective to the panel as well. So I do enjoy your takes.
Somewhat cynical, but
like me a little bit. So yeah, but it's like to have
infinitely knowledgeable.
Yeah, and these like different perspectives. These different perspectives.
Like, you have the dreamer right here, and then we have two cynical people. That's
yeah.
Walking dictionary.
Y'all can bring me down to earth.
But it's nice to have this balance between all different personalities. I think it's fun. And thank you all for indulging me on the crazy ideas I had this season as well, like top 34 Sonic games, the game of the quarter century, and stuff like that. We did some crazy stuff, so I do appreciate
Quarter
you
of a
guys
day
being,
it took to record that.
yeah, being on board for that it means a lot. So yeah, thanks. I'm not gonna go long about the Sega Lounge. You know where to find us. Quick shout out to the communities that we interacted with throughout the year. Radio Sega first and foremost. I wonder if there's someone from there here.
Wrong way.
Always Terra Player, by the way, Resident SD with Terra Player, like
Ad.
always placing us there every week for people to listen to the show. We interact with the Sega guys, with the Sega Saturn Shiro, the Dreamcast Junkyard, Shenmue Dojo, and the Sega Spirit Show podcast, which is newcomers of established community members, but still a new show. So do go and support them as well. Big shout out to Scotty Mo and Graham. Keep up the good work on the Sega Spirit Show. Really appreciated the Halloween costume that Scotty Mo wore on that show. Go watch it on YouTube. Yeah. It's Sega somewhat. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining me. You guys, thanks for all the listeners, viewers, and the community members that helped along the way, who came on the show to talk about Shenmue, Jet Set Radio, Yakuza, Blue Stinger, of all things, as well, Sonic Rush. We talked about so many crazy stuff this year. Shen Musings was on the show, Dreamcast Enjoyer, and a lot of other people. But thank you very much for making this a memorable season of the Sega Lounge. If you want more content, go back and listen to all the other episodes. This is episode 288. 288. That's a lot. That's probably too much of me talking.
A lot of shows.
Yeah, so I'll just shut up. Say thank you once more to everyone.
Please do not.
Yes, and we'll see you next time, whenever that is. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm waving to the camera.
We're waving to the camera,
saying
yes.
Bye-bye.
Waving
Audio
to the
description.
camera.
This is where I zoom in
Yes.
randomly.
Yes,
Is it that?
yes. There we go.